All right, let's dive right in. Today, we are tackling one of the biggest time sucks for any real estate agent, getting ready for a listing presentation. We're going to show you how AI can take this whole process from a half-day marathon down to, well, a sprint that's under 30 minutes. It's time to get your day back.
So let me ask you, does this sound familiar? You've got the big appointment lined up, the pressure is on, and you absolutely know, that a fantastic presentation is what wins the listing. But getting it ready? Wow, that can eat up 4, maybe even 5 hours of your day. That is a huge chunk of time, and you have to do it for every single potential client.
And what you're looking at right here, this isn't just about saving a little time. This is a complete game changer. That chaotic 4-hour-plus scramble on the left, it becomes the sleek, under 30-minute workflow on the right. This isn't about working harder or faster. It's about working way, way smarter.
Okay, so to really appreciate the solution, we got to understand the problem, right? Let's take a closer look at where all those hours disappear in the, let's call it, old way of doing things. You know the drill. First, you're just buried in the MLS, hunting down the perfect comps. Then you're digging through websites, looking for those neighborhood trends that prove you're the local pro. Then you're trying to come up with custom talking points, trying to get inside the seller's head to predict every objection. And only after all of that, you're staring at a blank slide deck. It's a total grind, and that's exactly how you lose half a day.
But what if you had a special toolkit? You know, something to automate all the most painful parts. Well, that's exactly what we're going to unpack right now. Let's get into 4 incredible AI tools that will completely change how you prep for a listing.
First up is the one you can literally start using for free right after this, ChatGPT. The best way to think of this is as your own personal assistant for content and strategy.
So what ChatGPT does is create custom text just based on what you tell it to do. You can ask it for really specific talking points, you can ask for objection handlers for those tough seller questions, and even for a list of local market stats you need to look up. It doesn't just give you a script, it gives you the confidence to walk into any appointment feeling totally prepared. And look at this. This shows just how easy it is. You give it a role, a little context, and a specific problem to solve, like sellers are worried about pricing in a shifting market. You can tweak this for any property, any client, any concern. It's so flexible and it instantly puts you miles ahead strategically.
Okay, so ChatGPT gave you some killer content. But let's be real. A wall of text doesn't win listings. A sharp-looking presentation does. So how do you turn that great content into something visually stunning without spending hours fighting with software? Well, that's where our next tool, Gamma, comes into play.
Gamma is just a miracle for design. You literally copy and paste your talking points, your outline, and boom, it generates a complete, beautifully designed and branded presentation for you. The days of messing around with fonts and layouts and trying to find the right images are just over.
And this is a huge deal for everyone. For the solo agent, it's like suddenly having a top-tier marketing team. For a team leader, you can create a standardized, high-quality template and roll it out to everyone in minutes. And for a brokerage, you can finally make sure every single piece of material looks professional and perfectly on brand.
Now, let's talk about the data, the numbers. What happens when you get that call for a listing appointment this afternoon and you need a solid comparative market analysis, like right now? That's where SalesWise steps in. Instead of that frantic hour digging through the MLS, SalesWise generates a comprehensive AI-powered CMA in just a few seconds. Yeah, seconds. It pulls the active comps, the sold comps, and gives you data-backed insights you can just drop right into your presentation.
Just think about the possibilities. A high-volume team can churn out multiple accurate CMAs in a single day with no bottleneck. A newer agent can walk in with the data and the confidence of a 20-year veteran. And a brokerage can sleep well knowing that every CMA going out with its name on it is top-notch quality.
All right, our final tool takes things a step further. It takes us from the present into the future. For agents and teams that want a serious, almost unfair competitive edge, you've got to look at House Canary.
Now, this is not your standard CMA. House Canary gives you hyper-local analysis and, this is the key, price forecasting. Can you imagine sitting across from a seller and not just telling them what their home is worth today, but showing them a data-driven forecast for their specific street over the next 12 months? That is how you stand out.
I mean, this level of insight is absolutely invaluable for luxury market specialists. It helps team leaders go head-to-head with the big brokerages and win, and it cements an agent's reputation as the undeniable go-to expert in their farm area. Okay, so we have 4 incredible tools.
But the real magic happens when you put them all together. So let's walk through the new AI-powered workflow from start to finish. And here it is, the sub-30-minute workflow. Step 1. You generate your core messaging with ChatGPT. Step 2. You analyze the now with an instant CMA from SalesWise. Step 3. You layer in the future with a forecast from House Canary. And Step 4. You drop it all into Gamma for a beautiful presentation. It's seamless, it's powerful, and it's fast.
But look, this whole workflow isn't just about being faster. It's about what that speed actually gives back to you. So what's the real payoff here? Look at this number, plus 10 hours. By automating just this one process for a few listings, you could realistically get back over 10 hours every single week. I mean, just stop and think about that. What could you do with an extra 10 hours?
And let's be really clear. This isn't about saving time so you can watch more Netflix. It's about taking that time and putting it into the things that actually make you money. We're talking more time for prospecting, for nurturing relationships with your past clients, for building your personal brand, for working on your business, not just in it.
So there you have it. You have the blueprint, you see the tools, you see the workflow, and you see the massive amount of time you can get back. The only question left now is, how are you going to use that time to go out and dominate your market? Thanks for joining me.